Gonna make a little video on, I couldn't find one on YouTube about putting a hitch on a 2012 Acura TL. I've already started on it, but so far there's really been nothing interesting. I just put the car up on ramps and took the underbody panel off. There's just a couple of those, 4 of those push pin things, 2 10mm bolts. And then I took a ratchet strap and went from this, I don't know what this is called, connects to the wheel, went from there up to over here. Get a better view of that. It's basically the same as a Honda Accord. And then I used, this is a mixture of just car wash soap and water. And I sprayed these 2 deals there, go in that hanger. And then there's this one here, goes in that hanger. Of course, being a V6, I think all V6s are, whether it's a Accord or TL, it has 2 exhausts, 2 mufflers, just for looks. Same on this side. What I kind of do is I push the hanger back as far as I can and then squirt the soap in there. And just with the screwdriver in my hands, I just pushed it off the back. It was actually really easy. I'll continue to try to video how this progress here is going. Okay, next up there's 3 or 4. There's 4 of these 10mm here on each side. The heat shields for the muffler to keep the heat away from the spare tire area. So I'm gonna remove those now. Okay, I have the 2 heat shields off. They actually came off real hard. A lot of dirt underneath them. I guess because this, and gravel. I guess because this car has 200,000 miles. I'm gonna test fit the hitch, but just to see which hole we're going to fasten to. But I can't hold it while I test fit it. And I think what I'm gonna use is, I have a cutter here, a angle grinder, and I think I'm going to try to make the holes bigger with that. If that doesn't work, I'll have to borrow a step bit from one of my neighbors or get one from work or something. Okay, I'm holding it with one hand here. You can see how it kind of lines up. Oh shoot, it's falling, but yeah, I've test fitted. I've confirmed that it goes in that hole right there. That's where it fastens to. I'm not sure how it's going to work with this hanger though. I'm a little dubious about that. Okay, so the next step is these holes here. But I figured out that this pan has to be on. I think I might have to notch it right here or something. This is different than my dad's Accord. But I took my grinder and just kind of worked away at the metal, and then I'm going to peel it away and cut it flush. I'm kind of peeling it away for now. Okay, I got this hole cut out just like I need it. This part will be identical to a Honda Accord. This little thing, you just thread this cable on. It's really smart, I guess, or really tricky. I think it's pretty neat. Let's see how this goes. Well, that was easy. Okay, I finagled it into place. So far, I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this out. If I do, I think I'll just cut right beside it. I don't think I'll take it back out. By the way, the instructions, you might as well just throw them away. They're worthless. And I found nothing online about how to install this. This is just loosely on for now, that side. I still have my exhaust supported, and I don't know how this is going to turn out. You put a U-bolt up through this toe loop and down through here. That's how the rear connects, but we'll get this figured out. It's a bit of a pain, but not too bad. But yeah, I don't think you want to remove this. If so, yeah, the instructions, they're for an Accord, so they don't do you any good. Okay, I got this tightened up. As far as here, it's just squishing a little bit. And to cut that out, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it like that. It does squish it a little, but I think it would be more damaging to the structure of the plastic to cut it than it would be to have it bent. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. Now, one thing I didn't do that I would recommend you do, depending where you live, is when I cut the hole in here, I didn't paint it. But where I live, this car is 200,000 miles, no rust so far, so I'm not super concerned. But if you live up north or something, maybe it'd be a good idea. I don't know. I got these pretty tight because this handles most of the shaking. So I got these pretty tight here. Now I'm going to try to put the heat shields in place. What I'm thinking, so the right side sits like that. I'm thinking I just cut like that, and then it'll just be a partial heat shield. I'm not really sure if you even really need a heat shield. I mean, it's just plastic here, and you know, so, but I think it'd be a good idea to try to at least put as much as you can, and as long as you can have at least 2 or 3 bolts, or I should say at least 3, I think it'll be good to put it back in. Okay, this is what I came up with for my final piece. It just took a bit of cutting here and there and putting it back up there. Obviously the other side will be mirror image to this. I'll take a video of it once I have it up in place. Okay, there's the other piece cut out in mirror image. Here's the actual piece I cut out of this side. We'll see if it works, if it'll fit. I'm just going to focus here for a second in case you want to copy it. Okay, I got both pieces in. I had to trim a little bit more here, but for some reason I can't find this bolt. This is the easiest one to get to later, so if I run into it, I'm gonna put it back in. I'm okay with this. It's pushing it up just a little bit, but it's okay. And this side here went in great, and I feel like it'll be sturdy. I don't see why it wouldn't work just great. So okay, I will update after I get this all hung. Okay, this is every tool I used. Obviously, a set of ramps. I used a 10mm. You don't have to have that, of course, but I'm lazy. I used a 14mm. The 17, I didn't have a 17 long deep well, but 11/16 is close enough to get to the U-bolt nuts under the hitch. An extension ratchet, screwdriver, obviously some sort of way to cut that metal in the frame. The strap you'll have to have. Creeper, you really need soapy water, or as Chris Fix it says, soapy water. And the jack I used to help me put it up in place. I did this all by myself. Need some safety glasses, and my earplugs, I stuffed them right in there to keep them clean when I was taking them out and back in. And a set of really dirty hands. It took me about like an hour and a half. It took me like 2.5, but I was babysitting my son, so I had to keep cutting away or stopping to help him. These little things they give you are a must, and I congratulate the engineer that came up with that. That was brilliant. That works real well. There we go. Still up on ramps. I would call that a success.